Is the Row Margaux bag worth it? Let's have a look. Hello everyone, welcome back to another mommy review where I review all things for the love of. Today I am having a look at the Row and looking at their Margaux bag. Now before I get started, if you like the content on this channel, I appreciate it very much if you would consider giving this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much for considering, and on with the video. So quiet luxury is definitely a trend these days. And the Vogue said that the Row Margaux is like the next Birkin or something like that. So I'm curious. I mean, the Row is a brand that was created by Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, is their brand. And I know that the clothes for the Row are very well made and extremely minimalistic. I mean, they started off with like a classic white t-shirt that is known to be around $400 or so. But for today, I want to focus specifically on the Row's Margaux bag and seeing is it worth it. It does have a very minimalistic design that really gives off the quiet luxury vibe, but is it worth the price tag? So let's have a look. Starting off with design. I think that the Row's Margaux is a very sleek bag and elevated to a degree, and doesn't really shout like the branding per se. You can see it's very like logo less, with the exception of the Row written on the side here. But is it too simple? I think it is a classic shape that is executed well, and it is considered lightweight compared to many leather handbags of similar sizes. But is it just too simple and boring in design? I mean, rather than having a Birkin, I think that people are not looking for the Margaux to replace the Birkin. I think it's like a totally different vibe. It's a little bit more hipster and cool trend, in my opinion, compared to like a classic Birkin. It is a very big bag, but I feel like that the Margaux design is not as loud as the Birkin design, and definitely more accessible compared to a Birkin. It does give me the doctor like bowling bag classic vibe that I'm seeing a lot in a lot of other luxury brands, like the Hug bag from Ferragamo or the Empire Carryall from Coach as well. I think these bags have really been trending, and we've been moving towards some of these larger bags that doesn't have the loud logoing stamped all over it. And I personally really love the shape. There's something very clean and elegant about the bag. Some people think the Margaux gives off like an old money vibe. It doesn't use mini bags that serves more of a decorative purpose. It's more of like a functional bag. But overall, I do think it's a more underrated design. Capacity. Now this bag definitely holds a lot and is a very functional bag, and I love this trend that we're going towards rather than these mini bags that hardly fits your phone sometimes. Styling, like I mentioned, looks like a doctor's bag or something for traveling. A lot of people say that is very versatile, but for me, I just really can't imagine carrying a really big bag like this into a meeting. Also feel like it might not be great for traveling because everything would just fall out of it if you were to put it through the x-ray or underneath your seat, as well as not very structured. So as a result, because of the slouchy leather, I don't think it will carry a laptop or file without an insert, which seemed to defeat the purpose of it being so slouchy. It's too big to kind of bring to a restaurant, I would see, like putting it on the back of my seat as well. So what do you think? Maybe I'm being overcritical here. But next, I want to spend a little bit talking about quality. Now, I know these bags, I've heard so much about the impeccable high quality of the top-notch leather. Overall, the sense I'm getting from people is that if they've seen it in real life, their real life experience, that the bag is just like super durable, high quality, and I have not heard a single negative comment on the quality so far. The quality is on par with Hermes, or so I've heard. There's a lot of really beautiful clean stitching that is very impeccable. But if I wanted a non-branded leather bag that will last me for life, I wonder if it might be a better choice to go to a leather worker to support small businesses instead. It'll probably be a fraction of the cost as well. Next, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about the pricing. I feel like the pricing is one of the big turnoffs for me. I am not sure why they are being called the next Birkin, but do feel it's a little bit overpriced for the design as well as the material. And right now, if you look at the soft Margaux 15 bag in leather, it's priced at $7,020. The EW Margaux bag in leather is $9,210, as well as the 10 bag in leather, the soft Margaux, the smallest size, is priced at $4,930. And they are all sold out. With that said, doesn't that mean there is a market for it if it's totally sold out? So there must be a huge audience for it, right? But I also want to bring up if it's a big if the Row stands the test of time and maintain its luxury status in the future, having a bag from this era during the Olsen twins will probably be highly coveted and will increase the bag's value with time. Not to say you should buy a bag solely for the reason that it will be a good investment and its value will increase with time, but it's something to consider. Next, let's talk about versatility. It's worthy to note that the soft Margaux in the smaller size does come with a strap that allows you to wear as a crossbody, but the larger sizes I think is really meant to be worn as a top handle. And I think given the design of the bag, it looks so much better as a top handle as opposed to a crossbody. What do you think? So after going over all these categories, what is my final conclusion? Is the Row Margaux bag worth it? At first, I didn't get it either, but there's something really beautiful about the simplicity of the bag. The more I look at it, the more I do like the design. I think I am slowly coming around for this bag. But I don't know if I'm willing to pay the price tag for this though. $7,000 is a lot of bag that could be purchased. There's a lot of potential there. I really love the luxury minimalistic aesthetics. I'm still back and forth between this bag. I bet most people are buying this aren't really choosing between this and the Birkin. They have both, or maybe they're adding it to their collection to switch it up a little bit and have a it bag that everyone's talking about. But it seems unlikely for me that the Birkin that's been around since 1984 and Hermes that's been around since 1937, given the longevity of how that bag continues to be super popular with decades to come, will really be surpassed or equivalent to the celebrity brand that started in 2006. I mean, like I mentioned, there are a lot of great options like the Coach Empire Carryall or the Ferragamo Hug bag that I think are also great investment. But is this a timeless enough to invest around $7,000 or $5,000 on a handbag? I feel like the price tag is a little bit ridiculous, or is it more of a status symbol? Oh, I'm really torn about this one. I know my taste is definitely not for everyone, and a lot of people do love the Row bags, and I can appreciate the understated bag, but some people may say it's too simple and lacks personality. Well, that's my 2 cents on the Row Margaux. I would love to hear from you. What do you think about the Row Margaux handbag? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's underrated, overrated, or priced just right? Do you have experience with this handbag? Please share in the comments below with this handbag lovers community. Well, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining me on another mommy review, and hopefully I will see you next time. Take care and stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.